Hi everyone. Welcome to this exploration of the fascinating life of Sarah Rector, a name that may not be as familiar as some, yet carries a remarkable tale of wealth, hardship, and courage. To many, Sarah is remembered as the first black female millionaire in the United States, a title she achieved in an unexpected way and at a remarkably young age. Sarah Rector was born on the 3rd of March, 1902, in Creek Nation, one of the many divisions of Amerindia land in Oklahoma. Despite the abundant natural resources on this land, it was Sarah's story that made these lands famous. The granddaughter of slaves, she was part of the descendants of the slaves of the Creek people. Sarah found herself and her family suddenly propelled into the world of the wealthy, thanks to one simple act, a person, or more accurately, a piece of paper, that would change her future forever. At the young age of 10, Sarah was unexpectedly given a land allotment of 160 acres by the U.S. government, in her right as a member of the Creek Nation, Oklahoma. It was a move that was initially seen as a gesture towards reparations for the descendants of the indigenous people and the slaves of the Creek Nation. But this seemingly ordinary allotment had something unique about it. It was specifically abounding with rich, abundant oil reserves. This discovery revolutionized Sarah's and her family's fortunes. The lands that was once deemed worthless suddenly became gold mines, or in this case, oil mines. Leases tied to them begun fetching $300 per acre per day, meaning $6,000 per acre per day in today's money. A staggering fortune by any measure, let alone for a little girl of just over 10 years old. Even with all of this newfound wealth, it wasn't an easy road for Sarah. Sarah and her family were suddenly thrust into the world of status and wealth, a world they were never prepared for. She became known as the Rust family in the Creek Nation, a self-given name for the prominent oil magnates they became. With all of this wealth came an unfortunate combination of oppressive racism and intense media attention. Nevertheless, Sarah managed to make the most out of what she had been given. She used part of her oil royalty money to fund her studies so she'd be able to manage the vast wealth she now commanded. She emerged as a savvy young businesswoman, buying bonds from steel companies and Victory Money bonds in the World War I and further consolidating her wealth. Her financial independence was a rarity for women of her age and race during that time. She chose to invest in the futures of her community, buying property for herself and her family, as well as donating funds for the construction of the Booker T. Washington Auditorium in Taft. Despite the adversities, she chose to give back to the community that was part of her upbringing. Her most notable investment, however, is her significant amount of shares in the Standard Oil of Kansas. Having made investments at a time when entrepreneurship and investment were visibly not in favor of minorities, let alone a little girl, Sarah's achievements were truly groundbreaking. Disturbingly, under the archaic law still in place, the non-Europeans did not have the right for tribal fees and hence were neglected. Yet this did not stop Sarah's spirit, and, as a woman of courage, she continued to fight for her rights that were hers under law. As Sarah's wealth grew, so too did the attempts from outsiders to get a hold of it. In 1913, individuals who identified themselves as her guardians, Abraham H. Schiff and T.J. Porter, offered to transfer her wealth into a proposal company they started. Unfortunately, Sarah did not lead a long life, although she made a significant impact in her 66 years. She passed away on July 22, 1967, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire generations. The wealth that Sarah accumulated continues to be significant, and it was a key factor in helping the Creek Nation argue their case about Native rights. Her assets, including her land, were used to argue against the forced income tax brought on the tribes, a pioneering decision further safeguarding these rights. As we look back on Sarah's life, we can find numerous lessons that we can apply to current times. Her unwavering courage, her determination to fight against injustices, and her commitment to invest in her community provide valuable principles for everyone, from all walks of life. In Sarah's honor, the government of the United States put forth two bills, Sarah's Law, HB 2791, and the Young Entrepreneurs of Color Act, H.R. 6324, the main purpose of them being the protection of property rights and outlining guidelines for land management for children. Many books and cultural pieces have been completed on Sarah's life, including the children's book, The Kid Millionaire, and the off-Broadway play Sweet Sarah. Regardless of the medium, each story beautifully captures the essence of Sarah's character and her remarkable journey. Sarah Rector's life is a reflection on what can happen when the odds are unthinkably stacked against someone, yet they are able to persevere. With courage and determination, Sarah turned an unexpected gift into an opportunity and shaped her future for the better. As we learn more about her life and legacy, it's incredibly important to remember Sarah Rector not as a mere footnote in history, but as a personification of resilience, determination, and the pursuit of justice. The life of Sarah Rector stands as a testament to the unyielding human spirit, one that was able to rise above the adversities and secure a remarkable place in history. And even after all these years, the inspiring story of Sarah Rector is one that continues to be relevant and strikingly beautiful. The story of Sarah Rector gives us a lens into the early 20th century America, throwing light on the intersections of race, class, and gender, and their complex influences on individual lives. Her fascinating and influential life continues to inspire generations, leaving behind an indomitable legacy. Indeed, Sarah Rector was more than her wealth. It was how she used her wealth, the opportunities she created for herself and others, her commitment to fight for her rights, and her resilience in the face of adversity that made her truly remarkable. She was the epitome of strength, a beacon of hope, and a testament to the power of determination. Sarah Rector represents a shift in the narrative, an underrepresented side of history that deserves recognition and acknowledgement. The road Sarah walked, and the obstacles she overcame on this path, leave us in awe of her unwavering spirit. And even though Sarah's life was relatively brief, she achieved more than most could in several lifetimes. Her story will continue to encourage countless individuals across the world, advocating the values of determination, resilience, and social responsibility. Sarah's legacy continues long after her passing. Her story is still being told and retold, capturing the hearts and minds of people all around the world. With each retelling, her story becomes a little more alive, a little more real, and a little more inspiring. From the dusty landscapes of early 20th century Oklahoma to the hallowed halls of the New York Stock Exchange, Sarah Rector's life is a testament to the American dream and the power of determination. The name Sarah Rector may not be as recognizable as some, but her legacy is being felt even today. In conclusion, Sarah Rector's life offers an inspiring example of how the power of the human spirit can overcome any adversity. When we think of Sarah Rector, let us remember her not only for the fortune she amassed but more significantly for the indomitable spirit with which she faced life's challenges. It is crucial to recognize her role in history and celebrate her contributions to society. As we reflect on her journey, may we continue to draw inspiration from Sarah's life, her remarkable achievements, and the unbreakable spirit that made her an American icon. Sarah Rector, the little girl who was born into a situation that could have easily proved insurmountable. And yet, with unbowed determination and a heart full of courage, she overcame all odds. We hope that her story continues to inspire countless others, just as it did for us. And please don't forget, comment, share, and like.